Hello, Carol here again, and this is my final suggestion on how to begin reading the Bible. If you've been following my suggestions, you will have come to the end of the letters and reached a book called Revelation. This is a book of prophecy, the telling of future events, as seen in a vision by a disciple named John, the same disciple who wrote the Gospel called John. Revelation is full of imagery and references to things written in the Old Testament, which makes it difficult to understand. And just so you know, even Bible scholars have difficulty. But don't let that put you off. It's still worth reading. It's the end of the Bible, the end of the story, and it provides an insight into eternity. So, as previously, follow the same pattern for reading. Find somewhere quiet to read. Ask Father God to be with you and to help you understand. Read as much as you feel comfortable doing in one go. Don't get bogged down with things that you don't understand. Just keep reading. In Revelation, you might want to read a bit less, but that doesn't matter. And when you finish, thank Father God for being with you. And that's it really for my suggestions on how to start reading the Bible. Once you finish Revelation, you will have the whole story of Christianity, from the birth and life of Jesus, his death and resurrection, the start of the church in Acts, the triumph and difficulties for those first churches in Acts, the final battle of good and evil, and the eventual ceasing of all battles for all eternity. And this is only how to start reading the Bible. You will have noticed there is a lot more to read. And now you can begin making choices as to how you read the rest. I would definitely recommend reading the Old Testament. It's very useful to know the history, traditions, and background that Jesus came from. The Jews are God's chosen people, and they were chosen to tell the rest of the world all about God. Unfortunately, they didn't really start doing this until the book of Acts that you read recently. In the Old Testament, you will also learn about the prophecies that told of Jesus coming. These prophecies were given hundreds of years before the birth of Jesus, but they are extraordinarily accurate in their detail. There are a number of plans available which help you to either get through the Bible in 1 year or 2 years, so it depends how much time you would like to take over it. You can follow suggestions online. There are plenty of them. I'm not going to give them here because it's like reinventing the wheel. There are plenty online. There's also one suggested by UCB, and you could use that. That will get you through the Bible in a year. These plans usually give you a portion of the Old Testament and the New Testament to read, which makes them balanced. The other way to read the Old Testament is simply to start at the beginning and read all the way through. If you do decide to do this though, I would suggest you also leave some time to intersperse your reading with parts of the New Testament, and using the same pattern as you've done this time. So going through a different gospel, and then the Acts, and then the letters again. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your journey through the Bible so far, and that you will continue to read. I hope too that you found a local church and local contact, or perhaps you've made contact with UCB. I'd like to finish this short series with a blessing from the Old Testament. This is taken from the book of Numbers, chapter 6. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace.